Welcome to my channel. My name is Angelica. This is Planner Beat. Today you're going to watch me. We're going to set up the month of November in my Christmas planner. Now this is a project book and I have a planner in here. What I'm going to be doing is showing you what I have already here scheduled for myself in November. If you saw my Let's Plan Christmas series, I did this from the ground up. And how I did this, what we first did in episode number 1, if you'd like to kind of catch up and start your Christmas planning now, is we started with the blank sheet. We wrote out what our Christmas typically looks like. From there, we went and created a brain dump, excuse me, trying to keep everything here in frame, a brain dump of what we need to do for this Christmas. And I kept all my sloppy copy notes in this book as well, just so I could see what my original thought was. So we created an outline of what our Christmas typically looks like. When you're starting off planning something, sitting down, a blank sheet can be very intimidating. So writing out first, what do you typically normally do, is a good starting point to help your brain get going as to what you need to do for the current project like Christmas that you're doing. So after we did that, did a brain dump of everything and anything related to Christmas. So you can see here my pages right here. And then I mapped it out on a timeline. You could again see this all in live action in episode number 1. All those links will be down below. And I mapped out my Christmas. I started this book. I set up the series and planning I set it up in June, but I didn't start anything until July. So I focused on July through until the new year. And my goal was to get as much as I could in quarter 3 so that quarter 4 was already, everything was mostly done, what I could do. And that way, when quarter 4 hit, all I had to do was just the little stuff that couldn't be done, 6 months in advance. You'll see that here later on in this video. So right now, where we're at was, I'm at the tail end of October. Halloween is here in a couple days. So my goal when I set up this book was to get all my Christmas baking done before I normally get stuck doing it all 4 Fridays in December right after Thanksgiving, and it's just exhausting. So that was my main goal. So I mapped out to see what I normally do, and then I created this book to see if I can beat some of these goals. So that is what we did in the first episode. So go check that out. You can join me and set up your own book. It doesn't matter when you're starting this, because I'm posting this video the tail end of October 2024. And that's pretty late in the game if you got a bunch of Christmas stuff on your docket. But, you could start anytime, and those videos will help you out. I think they're very helpful, and I've had some great feedback on them. So after that, after I went and what we did was processed our brain dump. Processed it, put them in categories. So here, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. I put them in categories where it kind of related to a specific cog of the wheel of Christmas. For example, Christmas Day is typically about decorating the house. I don't decorate the house on Christmas Day, but the Christmas decorations has to deal with Christmas itself. So that went into that category. Gifts. And then I do a big baking. So Christmas baking is my thing. I do baking for the whole family. So I also give away cookies for friends and coworkers. So that became its own subsection of Christmas. I throw a Christmas cookie decorating party for my nieces and nephews. My niece and nephew and my sister live with me, and then so we do that, and then I invite some friends over, and we also have lunch, and then we decorate cookies. You can see that set up too, and I also did that for my Halloween book. And then Christmas Eve, we do Christmas Eve at my house, and we typically we're a pizza family. My kids, that's our favorite food, whatever. So we do that Christmas Eve night. We do a little one gift exchange and get ready for Santa as well. So each of those was their own kind of subsection, each mini project within Christmas as a whole, right? So Christmas is the mission to get everything done. These are the projects involved with Christmas, and the goal is to get as much as I could done before December. That's my main goal. So after this is in episode number 2 of Let's Plan Christmas. I put all these in the categories, and then I went through and examined all these steps, these tasks and mini projects within the project, right? Because some of these have multiple steps. And I went through, and you can see me do this, and I highlighted what could I pull in certain months to get done. And I have gotten quite a bit done. So that is in episode number 2, which is the longer of the series because we did that. And after I processed what months I pulled some of these from, then I created what I call planning sheets. So let's show that. I'll have to pull back so you guys can see. Let me pull back here. Nope, that's pulling forward. Pull back. Okay. Let's see, because when I watch these type of videos, I am super nosy and like to see what people write down too. So, and then if you join me in my Christmas in July, I also did an October monthly setup, mainly was for Christmas and Halloween. You saw me work through some of these items back in, again, in that video. I plotted what I put on these category sheets. I plotted them based on my highlights, and I put them in these months. Now, these are my pre-planning sheets. As the months actually got here, there were some things that got pushed forward, got backlogged, and, for personal reasons. Maybe I was tired, or I just couldn't, it was too much. And that same with September. Some things I'm getting done, we're still in October. Some things I couldn't find, or it just didn't get done. But that's fine, because I pre-planned it so I could see my entire Christmas at a glance with the months I had to work with. And I am very proud of myself. I did get a lot of Christmas baking done early. So I did explain in first episode that I would take all of these. Let's see, let's close this up a little bit. All these Fridays off every single year for the past 5 or 6 years. I would take almost every Friday off in December, and that was spent baking everything. I would typically I would start baking usually around the day after Thanksgiving is usually when I would start, and then I would just dedicate my 3-day weekends to getting it all done and making sure that everybody got them before actual Christmas. And that was it was too much. It's too exhausting. I created this book this year. I dedicated time in really sitting down and mapping out Christmas. And I thought it would be a good idea, because I first launched this channel as well, to show my process, and hopefully it might have helped you. Now, again, this is Christmas, but this could be for any project. You go through those videos, check them out. See if see if anything can help you out. So today we're going to mainly focus on some of these things I did not get done. Actually, I got wrong writing thing. I did get some stuff done, but some stuff is getting pushed forward. Either I couldn't find stuff yet for like the Christmas bag. I was really hoping to buy it in store without having to online buy it. I didn't finish my Christmas purchasing, and I haven't started wrapping yet. So that's going to get pushed in November. But a lot of these look very intimidating. This has to do with some of these parties, which I'll be talking about here in a moment. It looks like a lot, but these are mainly the steps I have to do, and so it's a little bit more than what it actually is. So let's get going here. Let's get started. So as the month actually got here, I created monthly sheets. So part of the planner, let's put mini back in here, so I don't want to get lost, because I can easily get lost in here. So when the month actually gets here, I have a monthly sheet. Let's be gentle here. And then this is where I take from what I pre-planned in those sheets I just showed. I put them on this little note paper, and then I try to plot it on this month at a glance around some of my major things that I had already on the schedule. Like, for example, Halloween, I had a cookie party, which is the same as what I'm doing for Christmas. but it was Halloween related. I plotted out some Christmas baking. Happy to say that I did start my Christmas baking. I've gotten several items done. So let's do a quick flip for anybody who's just tuning in. So the monthly pages, this is a write-up about the book, a letter to myself just to keep my anxiety down, saying follow the plan. Let's, follow what I have down. Trust yourself that you got it all mapped out. That's why I kept all my notes. Highly recommend, when you're doing brain dumps or anything for your project, keep all your notes as much as possible, so that way you can see your original thought. So when you look at something like, oh gosh, Xmas decoration specific supplies, what's that for? I know that's for, I have that color coded actually for my Christmas party, because I was looking for cupcake holders and party bags and stuff that Christmas. So that is what but if I didn't know, I had it here in my category pages because those were my rough notes. I have it here, right here, this right here, it's in that category. I have those notes, and then I also have the brain dump notes. So I highly recommend you doing that. Keep your original notes just so you can see what your original thought is, because I get a piece of paper, typically write out everything, and then I put it into my planner and onto my schedule. I might be doing that here in this video, who knows. But anyways, so the center, this main section, sorry, didn't see that. Let's go. It says month. That way I can easily flip. And the idea with that is wherever I'm at in my book, I can always see that monthly. So we are going to go through this book super fast. I have a flip out. It's episode 4 of Let's Plan Christmas, where I show you what everything looks like before I filled it out, most of it. So here's those planning sheets. Those are in the center, and that's where Minnie sticks out. She has her own things. I could see that at the top of the book. I guess you can't really see that without bending. Sorry, my tripod's in the way. I have the next month's pages. We're still in October, so I'm going to be adding stuff to this page here today. December's already ready in here. It goes right into the planning sheets. And then I kept my notes primary up front, my original notes, kept all that just for reference. Don't throw them out. I have 2025 already in here in case I need to start. I do have some items because I'll be going to Disneyland. So some of when I leave in next year, some of my stuff that I might have been able to do in that time frame, I had to make sure I'm planning around that. So that's notes for myself. I already explained my Christmas baking, so I do all that. And this is what I call so those category pages, right? This is that category. And these are what I call event pages. So what I did was I did a mind map here of all the steps and tasks that I have to take for each section. So for the cookie count for exchange, I said I need the count for the family, friends, coworkers, and so forth and so forth. I have what I decided to bake here, so I know where the status I'm at there, and then other steps as well. And my activity log, where I'm at, so I can, when I'm pulling stuff from this list, I put it here. And my next step here is I decided to make Andy's Thin Mints, and I'm going to be doing some peanut butter cookies, and then I'm going to be doing 1 batch regular and then 1 batch gluten-free. I have my baking timeline here, so I know when I did stuff and what that's looking like. Super helpful, super exciting. I'm very proud of myself. Even though I didn't get as much as I thought I'd be able to do. The Halloween party took a big toll on me. I feel like I'm in a pretty good place with that. And then I have the shopping list that I use for the items I actually already made. So I can take that out. But that was for the toffee bars I made. I made my Oreo cheesecake, and I did the coconut balls. So I was just going through the inventory of what I need. This was my shopping, some of my shopping stuff. Here's the shopping list for my upcoming items. So I created I created these months ago. I created these months ago because I had some items on stock. This is the list compared to what I have in my inventory. So my shopping list, when I'm getting ready to go to decide to make my sugar cookies, this is all I need for that. That's all I need for that. That's what I need for that. So that's all ready to go. And when it's time to shop, I just throw it in my on the go planner wallet. This is my schedule, my Filofax, and I just put it inside. Boop, and I'm ready to go. So that's the idea with pre-planning. I made this list months ago as well. Quickly go through there. Christmas party, which is going to be the main focus today. There's the mind map for that. These are the steps. So the project is guest list. The steps to get a guest list is texting the people, you know, and then confirming who's coming or not. And I have some ingredients for soups I'm making and what have you. So all I have to do is grab that when it's time, when I feel like, oh, it's time to get that action step done, and put it in my timeline so I know. So I have notes here about the Halloween party, my takeaway stuff. I realized, hey, I don't really need so much. I didn't need too many tables. And then I realized I could whip up those pre-canned frostings. I could whip it up and I put it in a piping bag. And the kids really enjoyed that because they were making faces on the cookies. So we're going to be doing that. And that was great because I've already kind of done a warm up with that Halloween party. So this is going to be cake. And then here's the shopping list for the party that I need. Already created. I created that months ago as well. Christmas Eve, again, from that category pages. I'm not going to go into too much on that. We're going to be doing some, maybe, I don't know. I haven't decided. We'll grab a piece of paper here in a moment. Christmas Day. This has to do with a lot of gifts. Let's see that. Ooh, let's see that. That's the mind map for that. There's steps I have to take. The big step and then the action steps to complete that step or project or action, if you will. So here we go. And then I have a fun little flip out that I made, and it's a Kanban board. So the to-do items I still need to do this month, what I'm working on currently, and what I finished. And for each of these little, where you can see, I'm trying to hopefully put it at an angle. I put little numbers, or excuse me, letters for each subsection of Christmas Day and gift exchange. And I made these little progress bars so I could see, you know, what if I started working on anything, how far I am, and how much is left. As you can see, Christmas Eve has nothing filled out. And that's mainly because Christmas Eve, it involves, you know, making, ordering pizza for the night of, or Christmas Eve. So it's not something too much that I could have prepared for too early. Like I did with, you know, gift buying and baking supply inventory and stuff like that. So that's why nothing's filled out there. But that's what that is. And again, because the idea is so I can see where I'm at in the main front section, which is my planner, I can see this. This can flip out. And when I don't need to flip out, I just tuck it back in. Ta-da! Here's what my gifts are looking like. I haven't started wrapping anything, but when I wrap, let's see, I think I have the old one still in here. Let's see. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, from last year. I let myself know how much, you know, if I wrapped everything and put it in one box. And for the kids, I did which one was from Santa, and so forth. So that is what that is looking like for those who are following along on my journey. Cookie exchange is just, I am pulled recipes that I will be baking for this Christmas from my recipe book and put them in here. So I have them write everything together. And then I have some maybes on the Oreo cheesecake. I ended up making some of them. Where I'm at on baking for everything else. That's there. It's also on, you saw on that baking sheet. So, yeah. So, hooray. Turkey Day is for Thanksgiving, just because I didn't really have anywhere else to put it. And for me, it's nothing but me making a dish for for my mom's house. Excuse me, I was getting a little tongue tied. So it's ask mom what I can bring, and and that I already did that. So we're good. I'll be doing this in another step. We're just trying to go through the book. And the notes section is just the notes. I think I skipped over the budget. Let's see. Yeah, we missed the budget. I flicked it too hard. So this is my budget sections, right? The first full section after the planner. And this is what the budget has looked like. So I set a budget here at the beginning when I think it was maybe July or something, when I sat down and plotted how much money I wanted to allot for each person, for each category related to those categories, like the baking exchange, cookie exchange, the party, gift exchange, stuff like that. So I broke that down, and I have a running total of how much I've spent so far. But each month I go and I set it up. This is what August looked like. I just at the tail end of August, so I reserved a third paycheck just for Christmas. And so I have the starting balance of the very beginning of Christmas that I had. And as I spent stuff, I deducted it. And that has the new balance there. And that gets transferred. This is like a check-in. So I created this section below my spending section to see how I'm at in each of these categories for my budget, which I have a receipt today that you see how that works. Logged it. So that's where we're at in October. You can see I've done more spending in October. I made some boo-boos that whited out. So that is the idea of that. All right. So I'm going to grab a piece of paper, and I'm going to do a dump of what I need to be planning for, focusing on. So I keep blank paper here at the back of the book. That's that note section. What I need to be plotting for November. What is the top important things of Christmas planning for the book that I need to be working on. I'm going to take a short little water drink. All right. So the top three, as I went through the book, as I was kind of glancing it with you, I need to. So we're going to do priority, and probably spelled that wrong, so sorry, is finishing the gifts. I'm going to say before December. I'm going to give myself some grace. I'm going to have them all wrapped up. And I'm going to challenge myself to finish all the Xmas baking before December. Let's see. Part of the wrapping is going to be involving doing an inventory of my wrap. So I'm not going to worry too much about putting it on this sheet because that's kind of involved with that. And then the next thing I'm seeing here on my list, so the orange, I have it categorized by those colors here up at the top of the planner. So it just takes me quickly to those event pages. Whew, it's hard to keep it in frame for you guys. Sorry. Because I want you to read. You can be nosy. Okay, so another thing I'm seeing here is the priority is going to be planning the Christmas party. It's getting stuff for that, nailing down a date. And all these are steps related to that, because I'm saying the lunch menu, which I can just click that off because I already know what I'm making. And then, so cookie count exchange, that's after I bake. And then I'm looking here. It's not going to be that big of a priority, but we're going to start beginning to pre-plan Xmas Eve and day. And that's going to be scheduling myself to check in with family regarding, and this is how I abbreviate it for me for my notes, regarding plans for Xmas Day and Eve. All right, so this is what I highly recommend: flushing stuff out on a piece of paper if you're worried about doing a lot of scratch up or messing up in your planner. So this is actually a project book that I created, right? But you notice it's pretty nice and nice looking and stuff like that. I do a lot of scratches out. I feel free to make my mistakes, white them out if I need to. But the nitty gritty planning I already did in those notes, right? I set all that up already. So this is planning. You are the planner. This is your concept or your how you're going to get your execution done, what you need to focus on. So I'm kind of prioritizing when I'm sitting down to do a planning session. What are my priorities? And you could do this on a separate piece of paper if you're concerned about putting it into your book first. So this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm not concerned about messing up my planner, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to write it out. You're going to see me work through it. So, all right, finish gifts before December. And in reality, here's my Filofax. I'm going to show you my schedule here. Super nosy. So I was planning on finishing that up this weekend. But my dad decided, he asked me, hey, can you he wanted me to join him for some errands and lunch and stuff like that. And I prioritized spending time with my parents because they're getting up there. So that's what took away from this time. And then my mom decided to take my niece and nephew out of the house for a movie. So I was like, let's try to get this Christmas setup filmed up. So that's what that looks like. I already have my November in here. I didn't think I was going to be able to do a setup, so I already have it going because I schedule myself to do that. So that's where I'm at. So my plan was originally I wanted to get some more baking done. So you see that cross. Let's move my little thing. Cross off here. But by the time I got home from my dad and everything else, it got a little too late. I only have an hour or two to scratch out to film this. So I was like, let's film it because I know a lot of people are following the Christmas stuff. And I know this is super helpful, especially now we're only a month away from Christmas. Things are going to get hectic. So maybe watching how I'm doing it might help you. So let's get that. So I'm not too worried about the Christmas baking because right for this weekend, it's cool. I may or may not get it done tomorrow, but I'm trying to fast tomorrow. I haven't been able. I do alternate day fasting. I'm trying to lose some body fat, but that hasn't been going too well. So if I decide to eat tomorrow, then I might do some baking here, or I really have it planned out next weekend. So this is the first couple days of November. So we were at, today is, sorry, it's the Halloween stuff. Today is Saturday the 26th. So I had myself planned to do some baking because I took myself off. I took a day off for my mom's birthday. That's kind of been our tradition. So when I'm done doing stuff with her, my plan was to do some more Christmas baking. What I have on the docket is in my baking section. So when it comes down to baking, I know what I'm going to be baking. So I have that highlighted out. And then I have some ideas here that I might also be able to scratch out for baking this weekend. This weekend, I'm going to be doing some more baking, but I'm also going to be putting on, because priority, right? Let's start planning right now. I'm going to look and see. Let me get my monthly out here so you can we can see how that looks like at a glance. So this is my month at a glance. I keep it on the wall. I'm not going to lift the camera. It's too much. So this is what I have at a glance, and this is what I'm going to be using to see how I'm going to fit stuff in, and I'm going to plot it on that monthly in my in the Christmas book as well. So this is what I'm talking. This is where I'm talking about here in my Filofax. Right here. I'm not gonna put. I don't put that type of stuff. I don't put those tasks on here because this is my schedule. This is the things I'm obligated to do. So the obligation, and then I work around it in this book in my schedule. So I'm thinking I'm going to be doing more finishing up, if not finished, but get more Christmas stuff done. So I'm going to put it, when I put stuff on when I put stuff on like Saturday or something, I'm saying that be for the whole weekend. But let's see, gift, buying, and let's see, wrap. We can do some wrapping. And the hard thing is, because I have kids at home too, my sister and her kids live with me. A lot of stuff I have to do when they go to sleep, but then a lot of times I'm tired. So you know how it is. You know. All right, so I have my Christmas section. If you saw my other videos, I have my satellite Christmas sections in here as well. So I have steps here that I'm working on right now. I need to print some receipts off and stuff like that. But I have a shopping list already ready to rock for this, when I say Christmas part 2. This is what I'm scheduling myself to do here. And I'll say Xmas part 2. And then I'm going to put that in. I'm going to put a mini note here. So I'm going to say Philo Xmas, and this is flagging me, telling me that I have this list in this section, and I keep that because it's stuff I need on the go. It gets here. This is my satellite for this book, because this book is too dang heavy. I ain't gonna carry it. The idea is collect stuff in here while I'm at work, away from this book, and then if it's information that needs to get transferred over, I transfer it over. I usually put a little flag situation up. So oops, I guess not that low. The idea is I put a flag up, and so it flags me when I'm in my Filofax that something's calling my attention. And that means when I schedule myself to do what I call book check-ins, that means this section needs to be processed. There's something important that needs to be happening. So that's how the idea with that. So I'm going to go back into that. I'm going to highlight it green because that's the color I'm using for Christmas. So that's flagging me that list that's where that list is at. Okay. So hopefully I'm able to knock this stuff out by this week as well. The other thing I need to work around is I'm going to put that on there, even though it's not Christmas related, is I'm going to be putting Halloween stuff away. Put Halloween away. Okay. Let me since I'm putting stuff on the schedule. You're doing this raw live with me on camera. So I'm doing this without a script. So here we are. Okay. So since I'm putting this on my schedule here, I'm going to put it in this one too. So we're going to do gifts. Let me make sure I'm at the correct Xmas bake and gifts. And since I'm also doing, we're going to say put Halloween away. That's my decorations for the house, because part on these sheets too, we're going to start decorating inside and out. So we'll get to that here in just a moment after I get through my priorities, getting those priorities on the schedule. So I'm going to do that. Wrapped up, finish all Christmas baking before December. So that is something I need to see how much I get done this weekend. My goal to looking at this, sorry if I wasn't talking in the camera, is I'm going to be trying to utilize my weekdays a little bit more effectively, because I do have, maybe 2 hours or so that I could be using in some days. The struggle for me is I like I said, I do alternate day fasting. And so those days I'm fasting, I don't want to be baking, because when I bake, I like to try what I'm baking to make sure I'm not, giving out garbage to people. making sure, you know, the taste right. So that'll be something I do as each week comes through. So I'm not going to put another bake session on here. I want to see how far I get here, and then as that progresses, I'm going to add it on there. And then we're also going to be doing Thanksgiving, which I didn't put that as a priority, but I'll add it in because I have to do Christmas also around Thanksgiving. Lucky for me, Thanksgiving is not that big of a me because I don't have Thanksgiving at my house. I make a dish and I go to my mom's house. So it's all about making a dish for Thanksgiving. But I'm going to go ahead and put it on here. Say Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. All right. So I got that done. Planning Christmas party, nailed down a date. So that's me deciding on a date, but I have to cross-check everybody else's schedule. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to schedule myself. Let's see. We're getting into Halloween. Halloween is on the Thursday. I will be with the family because we go to my mom's house. The kids, the neighborhood we live in here is they don't do trick-or-treating, but so we go to my mom's neighborhood and they do trick-or-treating. So here's Halloween. So I am going to put, let's see, talk with family for cookie date Xmas. We got some family. They're going. My mom and dad are going on some trips. I don't think they're going on any trips in December, but I know my dad been going to Texas for some family weddings. So I need to talk with them first to see what we typically do it on Sundays because that's when my sister's off and my best friend is off. So what Sunday would be the best? I'm hoping that they choose probably the 8th here. That looks pretty good to me because I know people are going to be also Christmas shopping, and my best friend works at the postal service, so she always has to, you know, pull extra overtime. So maybe the 8th. I'm going to use a sticky note. Let's get a sticky note. And just so I know, say, for myself, say, cookie party the 8th, question mark. And I'm going to put it on just here just to say, hey, as I'm talking with them, I'm going to put another sticky note in my book because I won't, like I said, I won't have that with me, but I carry this with me everywhere because this acts as my wallet and my schedule at the same time. So I'm going to put on this page, say, cookie party December 8th. So when we're all together on Halloween, I could bring it up and like, hey, how does the 8th look? At least the priority people are, you know, my mom and my dad and my sister. You know, my sister, she's off on Sundays. So if my best friend can't make it, not that big of a deal because as I don't want to bleed into these weekends here because this is the weekend of pretty much of Christmas. You can see right here. I don't want to do it this Sunday. I really don't want to do it this Sunday either because that's probably another big shopping day. I could possibly do it this Sunday. The only issue is we got Black Friday right here too. Thanksgiving, Black Friday. People are going to be freaking tired. So I'm thinking the 8th after going through everything with you here on camera. I'm hoping they choose the 8th. I'm not going to write that in until we nail that down. So the cookie party. Let's see. Let's get that back here. Sorry, I have limited desk space, or mainly it's the camera frame because I'm filming on a phone. So I don't have a lot of space to have everything in one frame. So let's go to the party, which is orange. So what is involved, I said earlier, is we decorate cookies. These are my sugar cookies. I'll share a recipe either in this below this video or maybe in an upcoming vlog, hopefully. And I invite everybody over. I pre-bake these cookies, and then they sit down and they decorate them, and they keep what they decorate. and most of the rest I keep for giving out to the rest of the family and friends. But I also make sure I feed everybody. I do pizza. We do pizza. Yeah, again, right, pizza. And then I also make this delicious Olive Garden copycat soup that they all liked. Made that for Halloween. They ate it. They ate the entire pot. Crazy people, I know. But these are the steps, the action items I need for each element of the party. This is how I had to do inventory of the baking supplies or the decoration supplies I needed for the cookies. I have a list of items I need for setup. I need some tables. I need chairs. And how many chairs I need is depending on how many people are going to be showing up. Now, I'm going to be doing this party regardless if I have that date nailed down or not. So the idea is I'm pulling things, what I can be working on now. So we'd be working on in November to get set up for that Christmas parties. And mainly what I could be doing is getting my items shot for, getting these frostings that I need. I do this setup. This I can't do until I know a date because I get that going on my schedule the day before, borrow those from work. I get some containers that'd be for shopping. I have both the shopping and the action list I need for this event. So that is pretty much what I'm for that is the date. I need the date for that and need to be doing some shopping for that as well. Let's see. Where are we at on our list? Okay, so I just said the priority for this is finishing the gifts. Hopefully we can get some of that done. I'll check in with my progress as I fulfill that and get going with that. Planning the Christmas party, nail down a date. And I have you just saw me schedule myself to ask the family about that. I also will be sending out a text to the other people after the family looks at their schedule. And then I'm going to say text. My best friend, her name is Kara. And my other friend, Kit, likes to come too. So I have that here. I scheduled myself to do this. So we're going to put a little blot here. Begin to pre-plan Christmas Eve and day. Schedule myself to check in with family regarding plans for Christmas Day and Eve. And, if we're talking about the cookie party, might as well talk about Christmas Day and Christmas Eve. Not so much of a big deal for Christmas Day. For me, let me look into Christmas Day and look under that page and see what I need to do. What am I talking about? What plans, what am I talking about for Christmas Day? So besides the gifts, which I already scheduled myself, Christmas Day, sorry, this is in pencil because when I initially created it, I was tired of putting in pencil. So you may or may not be able to read some of that. So a lot about Christmas is the gift buying, the gift exchange. It's Christmas morning. I go over to my mom's house and we exchange gifts in the morning. But here's a note here. Christmas Day food. Check with mom to see what I can bring. And I could do that here as well. And I'll say cookie party the December 8th. And I'll say Xmas food. Xmas food. So that flags me enough to know that. Let's see, what else do I need? So Christmas Day is also about decoration. Let's see here. I said, Christmas tree bag purchasing. That'll be part of this Christmas shopping. And do I have that? I don't think I put that on that list. Let's see. But yeah. Let's see. So here's some ideas I want. Let me put that on the list. So I'll say Xmas tree bag. I might have to order this. I'm going to say order because I did not find it I didn't find one at Walmart. It was super weird. I'm like, what the heck? They had the Christmas stuff out. And then I'm looking at, I also have to get K and J stockings for my brother-in-law and his son. So I'm going to see that these two might not happen when I schedule myself next weekend to do that. But at least, if I'm so happen to be in those sections, I'm like, oh, you know, and they have it, boom, gonna grab it. All right, so we got that. We are not in this week. Okay, Christmas food. And I said, check with Mom. And we're going to be doing, I have them buying on my schedule already. Let's see. Oh, we need to start, look at a day when I want to start decorating. And do that. Sorry. I have to look above and below the camera. So funny. Okay. Like I said, we're doing this live, walking through it. Gonna be a long video, but if you're, you know, if this helps you and entertained by it, then cool. So when I looked at my stuff last year, I started decorating for Christmas 2 weeks before excuse me, Thanksgiving. Let me grab another water. Drink of water. But decorating for me, decorating for Christmas can't happen until I start taking my Halloween decorations down in the house. Let me make sure you're not too crooked. So I am going to give myself a grace week here. Grace week. So hopefully, if I'm not too tired and we can get everything put away, I can bring Christmas in the house. I'm going to say, let's have it this week. I'm going to say Christmas decorating this week, or at least bring Christmas in the house. So I'm going to say, I'm going to put it on the weekend. But like I said, I'm trying to pull stuff more into the weekdays. I work 7:30 to 4:30. And then I pick up my sister's kids. And then we have dinner. And then usually, you know, you're tired, whatever. I'm going to see if I can pull stuff into the weekdays. But for now, I'm just going to focus on writing it on the weekend. And I'm going to say, even though this is Friday, I'm going to say, bring Xmas inside, because if it's at least inside, because I keep them in my storage shed outside my home, then that they're in my face. My nephew usually gets like super excited, so he's usually putting the tree already up. So I'm gonna give myself a grace period here. That's what I said, grace period here. Hopefully get Halloween, and then hopefully by this week I'm gonna bring Christmas inside. So let me put that on my schedule here. You said the 15th. Let's see. And I'm just going to put it just like I did on there. Say bring Xmas inside. And I'm not sure if I said put Halloween away. No, that's it. Let's see. Put Halloween away. That's put Halloween. Wait, that's like literally the day after. So, like I said, I have a 3-day weekend, so I'm going to try not to be lazy and utilize my time as effectively as I can. Decorating for Christmas is not as involved. I shared in my October monthly setup. Go check that out. You can see how involved Halloween decorating is for me. Halloween is my favorite, so I decorated my pages. I normally don't decorate my planner pages in my Filofax. That's why I decorated them. It's because it's my favorite holiday. It has a heart, so I get a little crazy with decorating. Christmas, I keep it simple, so it doesn't take me as long to decorate for Christmas as it does for Halloween. So we'll hopefully get that. So I schedule myself to at least start knocking that stuff out, getting it going. Oh, did I write that on the wrong week? Oh, no, I put it. Oh, sorry. Bring Xmas inside. So we're good on that. Well, let me go back into the Christmas event page and see what else I need to pre-plan for. Actually, I can probably go to my sheets and see that, because my sheets also tell me. My sheets will tell me the main tasks, and then the action steps to complete that task will be in those event pages. So I said that I'm going to put a little bit out here. Decorate KJ stockings. You saw I added that to my shopping list. Stocking stuffers. Stocking stuffers are not as critical as the gifts buying. I don't use Black Friday. I don't do Black Friday because most of those are not deals. Most of those is they push their prices up so high, and then they show you a deal, which is in reality they just mark it down to its original price. So that's the little scam of Black Friday, unless you're buying electronics. No one on my list this year I'm buying electronics for. I've only bought actually one electronic already, was the little key tag, but I wasn't waiting for Black Friday, because I have a note here. Is it in here? Let's see. I have a note in here. This note right here. So I got some delivery for Amazon for part of my Christmas. And what happened was they delivered to the wrong house. And they delivered to one of my neighbors behind me. And had I not shopped so early, this would have been a real big issue, because we're so close to Christmas. That would have put a lot of stress on me. It would a lot, because it was a gift. It was actually that key tag, among other gifts in that delivery. So I highly suggest, if you're doing a lot of online shopping, start as early as possible. That way you can make sure you actually get your gifts in and they get delivered at the correct house. Most of us all know about mail theft going on. Amazon, at least in my area, is starting to branch out into their own delivery. They were utilizing the post office exclusively, but they were taking advantage of that. If you're a postal worker, God bless you. You work extra hard. So hopefully Amazon making their own, investing in most of their fleet, taking that brunt off of our postal system. And so what is happening is they're trying to get used to the territories. They're developing the Google Maps. If you know, if you're in a field service type work, those Google Maps are not reliable, especially in our rural areas. So this was a note for me. I'm glad I actually kept this for this video so you can see that. So that was a note for me. Hey, the guy messed up pretty bad. Thank goodness. I had to walk my entire neighborhood to find this porch, and thank goodness the porch that the lady had was the only type of porch actually in our park. So and she was super nice. She didn't open my package, but you're not always going to encounter that. You're not going to encounter someone who's going to hold on to your package for you or what have you. So highly recommend, if you're going to do online shopping a lot exclusively or whatever for your holiday gift buying, get it done as soon as you can. That way you can make sure you have that gift on hand, wrapped up, so you're not putting stress on yourself, okay? The idea with pre-planning, you're following along with me, and I know this is a long video. I'm explaining my process, so hopefully maybe you can take some key takeaways for your experience, if you do this. If not, maybe it's an entertaining video. But anyways, so Christmas actually part 2 for me is going to be shopping in store. These are all in-store stuff, so I'm not going to be stressing out. I'm done with online shopping. I also here in the section 2 have a note here for the monthly. When I do the monthly, that little note section below the monthly. Sorry, this book is not always easy to flip because of my delicacy of some of my papers. So it's this little note, month at a glance, and my target steps I need for the month. So that little sticky is a satellite. So I know when I'm at work or pre-planning, if I have time, I could pull stuff. If not, whatever. But I know, hey, this is what I schedule myself to work on this month. This is where I'm at on that. So let's continue. All right. So I put that on my list we're doing the decoration. That's part of Christmas. Getting that going. Let's look at my priority. Begin to pre-plan Christmas and Christmas Day. So I'm done with Christmas Day. I know I keep flipping back and forth, but since I'm doing this, talking through my process on camera live with you, it's taking me a bit, because this does take a bit. I sit down and do all this on my own. But it's easy for me because I spent the time developing these sheets. So all I'm doing really is looking, okay, what do I have to do? Okay, what do I need to pull? What do I need to start working on? All right, so, and we were doing print needs. Okay, I put that bag on in the stocking. That's not until after. And I cleaned out my hutch. Working on that. Let's go back to the sheets here. I think that'd be a little bit easier. All right. Oh, stocking stuffers. Like I said, that's not too big of a deal. And trying to see where stocking stuffers. Yeah, I could probably do that. I may or may not do that during shopping. Let's put that on the shopping list. Let's put that as a maybe. It's Halloween. Let's put that as a maybe. And I'll put a stocking stuffers. And if I don't get that done, then I'll put it back on my schedule somewhere the next time I might go shopping, because I'll be doing shopping for a lot of my baking and stuff. All right, let's go back to the sheets. I'll try to be flipping more so to the sheets, because that's kind of like the snapshot of all these sections on one paper. So, okay, so we have stockings. I'm going to put a little thing here. Not going to cross it off because it's not done. Cookie count exchange, that's going to be when, that's going to rely on, and the color is blue. I know it's kind of hard to see with my lamp light. I don't have a proper YouTube setup. Sorry about that. But that's for the baking, and again, that's going to be how much I'm able to knock out this first weekend that we put on my schedule for Christmas baking. So I can't have that cookie count yet because it's not done. So I'm not going to put a little dot there. And then cookie party, discuss with, and I said discuss actually Thanksgiving. I was going to do that, but I'm going to try to let's do that earlier than that, because I want to have that date. I want to be rocking and rolling with some of that stuff before Thanksgiving. But that's also a possibility to talk with my family about the cookie party, because I was hoping, remember, I said I was hoping to get it done on the 8th, that party. And if we're doing it around Thanksgiving, then I might not have time. If we do decide the 8th, then I won't have time to do some of that pre-prep work. Luckily for me, that pre-prep work is not too much, but getting tables and those that Christmas specific supplies. I want to get cute little tablecloths and cookie exchange little baggies and stuff if I don't already have them. So I think Halloween was a good choice to do that then. And if not, if we don't talk it here, I'm going to put it on my schedule these other weeks. Let's hopefully get that nailed down before Thanksgiving. All right, let's set this aside. So I'm going to put, since I did put that on my schedule, I'm going to put a little dot there. And this says the cookie guest list. That I technically already got going with me scheduling myself to bring that up here. So I'm going to do that. It says shop for Christmas specific tablecloths. And we're probably going to do that when I do the shopping for the baking, which I have Christmas baking here. Let's do Christmas bake shop on that Friday. So Xmas bake shop. And then because I want to shop this day, I need to make sure I have that list in my baking section. I have a list ready to go. Here, I showed that earlier. So I'm going to decide. Most likely, I'm going to be making I said peanut butter. Did I say peanut butter cookies? No, I said cake back cookies and possibly mix. I had the peanut butter cookies scheduled to be done going this weekend that I showed you that we're on. It was part of around this time. If I don't do them here, then hopefully they'll get done around this time. But I do have some cake box cookies mix. I crossed off sugar cookies. I don't think I'll get those done, because sugar cookies, for me, they take the longest because I make them from scratch. And I had to hand roll them out. And I make 2 batches, which is incredibly, I don't even know how many cookies that is. But so I'm putting Christmas Bake Shop. So what I need to do is I need to schedule myself to finalize that list, decide what I'm baking. And I don't have much going on Monday. So I'm going to schedule myself to make bake shop lists. Take these out of the rings and see finalize menu. So I'm scheduling myself to prep for this here. And that way, prep this for here, prep for this, here. So I'm ready to go for my goal of baking this weekend. So that's how that looks like for me. It's how I work it out. All right. So we got shop for Xmas specific and tablecloths. Did I say I was going to do that? Oh yeah, I was going to put that. And then I'm going to put Xmas shape. And I'm just going to put a little note here for myself. The Xmas specific. I could have sworn I saw some stuff at Walmart for Christmas, like the little tablecloth stuff. If I'm not able to do that when I do the shopping here, then it's okay, because the Christmas party won't. I still have some time to play with that. So we're in my Filofax. We're looking at this weekend right here for the first couple days in November. So I still have time to play with here. But, you know, I want to get it done sooner rather than later. So hopefully that works out for me. So that's that. Christmas Eve guest list. Again, that's just for my mom, dad, sister, and her husband, and her stepson. And let's see what I have to plan that. That's just deciding on how many people is going to be showing up. How many people are showing up. And it's honestly not as involved as what it looks like. These are just for me just breaking down steps, and it helps with my anxiety. And this is going to be for shopping for that, and the prepping for you know, getting stuff ready for Christmas morning at my mom's house, Christmas morning at my house for the kids. So I could, you know, just talk to them about Christmas. Even, you know what, I can do that Thanksgiving, because we don't want to talk Christmas too much. Too much shop if I don't bring it up. Halloween, Thanksgiving. Let's put that on my schedule as Christmas Eve and day plans for talking with the family. Okay. Thanksgiving here. Okay, so I'm going to say Xmas Day and Eve plans. Talk with family. And that is the action step that's going to ignite the rest of the project for those. And that's actually just menu planning and what time people kind of think best be coming over. So that's pretty much that. And then as I get that, when the Christmas Eve gifts, that is dependent on me finishing buying the gifts, which we put on my schedule. That is on the schedule. Christmas Eve food, Christmas. That's going to be talked with Thanksgiving. Put that on there. And that was put on the schedule as well. This depends on how I'm going to get, what gifts I'm finishing up. So that's going to be dependent on the gifts I buy. Usually we let the kids open one gift Christmas Eve, and that I'm not done buying the gifts. And I have myself scheduled to, you know, finish doing that here. So that is dependent on this. So I can't go any farther with that. But we have myself scheduled to start executing some of that. So schedule myself to check in with family regarding plans for Christmas Eve. Shazam, we did that. So I'm going to put it here. And then last is Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving, like I said, and Thanksgiving is actually here. I have a little starred here because the star is telling me as I'm doing this planning, hey, there's something you need to work around. Same with October. When I was doing my Christmas stuff, October, hey, I need to be working around Halloween. I also had a Halloween party. We had a Halloween party here. So stuff that was Christmas also is interlapping with other holidays. And that's, you know, the name of the game for this time of year. And that's why I started pre-planning, doing as much as I can. And hopefully my actions here in this video is showing you how you could probably do it for yourself as well. So Thanksgiving, here we go. Thanksgiving is the 28th. And what I'm doing, I have Thanksgiving in this book. Let me buy my turkey. My turkey. This divider came with the original notebook. So this Be Happy, this was from a Be Happy Christmas box maybe 2 years ago. And it just actually came with this blank, some of this blank paper and some other added paper as well. So, and this is one of the dividers that came with these. Some of these other dividers didn't come with this book. And it came from like extension packs and stuff like that. But anyways, turkey is in here, and here's what I got. And so I'm the devil egg maker. So my mom said, yep, do devil eggs. So I'm going to say buy eggs. And my uncle is a fiend. I think everybody's a fiend with devil eggs. Like, who's not a fiend with devil eggs? So I buy, and I usually do 2 18 packs of eggs. And that is, 36 deviled eggs, people. 36 per 18 pack times 2. But that, I don't have a calculator, but that is a crazy amount that I make. And, there's leftovers. Who doesn't like Thanksgiving leftovers? So I need to buy eggs for that. My deviled egg recipe involves just mayo, pickle juice. That is the secret to success. This right here, people, instead of vinegar, pickle juice. That's the secret. I probably won't film that, but I did mayo, pickle juice, mustard. Let's see, mayo, pickle juice, mustard. That's it. That's all I do. So I'm going to say next step. Next step. Let me highlight that. So it kind of just brings the attention here. Buy eggs. So I said two packs of eggs, and then I need to inventory the supplies for devil eggs. What else? I think I might make coleslaw. It's not really a Thanksgiving thing, but I was thinking, I'm going to ask Mom first. Ask Mom first. See, kind of eggs. And I've been doing rolls too. Rolls. And I usually do 2 to 3 packs. That's what I've been bringing. My dad said he's going to be buying the pumpkin pies at Costco. So I'm just going to put an X here. My Uncle Rob and my Aunt Donna are coming. So I got more people coming. My sister, that type of thing. That just lets me know when I was kind of just figuring. I probably would have still made this amount of eggs because, again, leftovers. You eat that. I enjoy leftovers. So I got that. So I got my list going for Thanksgiving plans. And when I want to start doing that, the deviled eggs take me a hot minute, but I don't want to make them too early. I don't want to make them here. It'll get too caca. And so I'm going to maybe do it. So I'm off Thanksgiving. Either the 26th or the 27th of November. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to put a question. You don't know. Let's say devil eggs and slaw for Thanksgiving? Question mark. So that's that. I need a shop for those. I'm going to shop for that this weekend here. And then I have a little reminder here in red. Let's put that in frame better. Of, hey, Thanksgiving next week. So that's great. Thanks. And I have here for this week, Thanksgiving prep. So let's get prep. Let's put that on the list here. Get a shop for Thanksgiving Yeah, Thanksgiving. And then I'll probably create this list. I'll take this list out of the book and put it either on a sticky note. Let's see. I want to say, let's put that on my Monday. Let's see. Thanksgiving shop list. Yeah. So that tells me let's create. Yeah. There we go. That's what I do. So again, the action step is to shop for Thanksgiving. In order to shop for Thanksgiving, I mean, I don't have to create a list. I can do it cold turkey. Pun. I can do it cold turkey, but I like to try to be prepared if I can. Thanksgiving shop list. And then another thing I put right here, right, is I put inventory supply. So part of doing that shopping list is I need to do inventory. Inventory for Thanksgiving. Cha-cha. Okay. So we got that on there. And I don't, you know, I usually don't put that sort of stuff on that monthly. I'll put it on for the sake of the video. For the sake of the video. I'm just going to put right here. Thanksgiving prep. Now put it across here. These days. So yay for that. I got all my priorities. Got all my priorities processed. I took my notes, processed this. I'm going to put these notes in the back of the book. Since I'm still in October, I'm not going to cut this sheet out. I'm not going to cut this sheet out and put it on that flip. But I am going to, let's see if I want to pull that stuff on the sheets. Let's see. Let's take them out. The beauty of the disc bound system and the rings is I can take stuff out, move things around at a quick flick of a button. So I'm going to pull, I'm going to decide, yes, I'm going to get all this done. I'm going to get it done. I've been killing it this past couple days on other things, and I'm in the mood. So hopefully I can kill it, get this stuff done as well. I might fast forward it in the editing, but let's get this on the schedule. First is getting the backlog stuff first. And I already put the back stuff for the Christmas specific supplies. The gift buying, you saw me already put that in on my schedule. So I'm not going to worry about too much, but I'll just put my backlog in red just so I know, hey man, make it happen. Backlog and say finish Xmas gift buying. Buy. I'll just put buy. And then I'm going to do inventory wrap. That's the supplies. What else do I got on my backlog here that I forwarded? Xmas decor specific. And the other thing I'm pushing forward is the Christmas tree bag. Let me make sure I don't have anything else. Christmas tree bag. Okay, that's the backlog. Let's move this little cookie party note. Since I don't have anything here, I'll just kind of put it right there. All right, let me get all this on here. I mean, I have this, but this is always, like I said, that flips out, so I have access to it when I'm in all my sections of my book. So, and it's fun. I enjoyed it. All right, so I need to, let me get all the greens together here. So green. Bye. Hopefully I have enough room on this little note thing here. K and J. Stockings. Decor. In and out. And more green here. I spelled that wrong, whatever. And plans. Xmas food. And say. I wrote it down twice. Oh well. Let's cross it out. Okay. Something else might get added. We'll say something else gets added here. Let's see. This is going to be the party stuff. cookie date. I'll say cookie date. I'll say party right here. Party. Lunch menu. I already decided I was talking about that pizza and soup, so we're good on that. Let's say guest list. And, oops, I'm sorry. It might not both fit in the frame, but I'm looking down too. So shop for Xmas specific. And I know what that means. And then we have two more sections I have to squeeze in. I'll use that bottom section for some of that. Let's put the Xmas Eve stuff here. Eve. Guest list. Let's cheat. Oh, sorry, the shadow one there. And we're going to do Xmas Eve. The time, the party. Talk about that on Thanksgiving. And Xmas Eve gifts. Okay. And then the last one I have here is the cookie party count. And we'll put it, I kind of put it off center in case I want to add more things to this part. Say cookie exchange count. Let me color code it to match. So I said this is green. That's for Christmas. Again, that correlates with those top dividers for each event. Blue for the baking as a whole. Actually, I forgot to put the goal down here for the baking is finish. All bake before December. That's the challenge. That's the little challenge I'm putting myself through. I'm looking for my orange highlighter. That's for the party. We got yellow for Christmas Eve. And the backlog is already kind of in the red, so. And then so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see. There's one other thing I wanted to do. Let's put my sheet back in the sheet section. Is I wanted to, I did some Christmas, I pulled some supplies. I bought some supplies today. My Walmart was had carried some M&M cookies. So I want to put a receipt in and show you what that looks like in the budget section. All my notes and my calendar being shoved down the road here. Okay, so we're in October. I'm going to log this receipt. I did it today, and let's say today was the 26th, right? 26, yep, 26. So 10/26, and I bought these 2 ginormous Xmas M&M bags. Okay, $12.98 times 2. My calculator, because I'm going to need it, and the total amount here. $25.96. I do the full. I don't do the before tax. I just do the full amount because you still pay tax. So whatever. 6. Let's see. The store. And I paid cash for it. This is just my normal cash or check. And then part of that is going in it's a baking supply for my baking. So I'm going to put my category is B for baking. And I've already bought some stuff. You can see up here, it's a couple of B's. And then the starting number for this month, I still had the beginning number. So as I buy stuff, I write down here, I slowly deduct it. So when I come to process the end of the month, I just pull that number, put it in, and I'm ready to rock. And so this is like my check-in to see if I'm still on budget or not. So I have a little arrow saying, hey, ran out of space here because it's a super pretty sticker. That's why I usually don't use decor in my planning, but it's Christmas. So I have a whoop. And so the blue amount is what I have left over for my entire baking amount. So I have $150.61. I'm going to deduct the $25.96 from this category. Let's do that. 61 minus, and So my new balance, my new leftover balance, what I have left to, I'm telling myself for my budget, 240.65. Let me triple check that. Yep. And I don't, because this is baking, I'm not going to be, I know I'm going to be using these M&Ms. I'm not going to worry about keeping this receipt. I've already logged it, so yay me. And I put it, these little arrows here are telling me if I put it down, if I started deducting it from the total balance, which I did. So I'm put a little arrow here. I'm going to get rid of this receipt. And I'm going to go through my section here. We're already like way past the hour mark. So I'm not going to be creating the little flyleaf sticky notes for my status. Just because it's just, the video's too long for everybody. Maybe I'll create a short or something. I don't know. But what I do is I pulled from, let's bring up October. This is crazy. Look at all this lady taking all this time with her Christmas planning. Christmas is, like I said, there's multiple elements in the wheel of Christmas as a whole for me and my family and me as by myself. So it's crazy. It's cray-cray. So anyways, so these flags are these action steps I'm taking, I put on my schedule for the month. So I created flags and they're color coding to match the categories for each thing. So I can cross this because I said Thanksgiving plans. I'm already gotten going on that. The plan is, you know, to make the deviled eggs, buy the rolls and stuff like that. I already put that on my schedule for me to do that. So we're good. I'm pushing these forward because I already checked today and I did not see when I was there. And I just didn't pay attention, honestly, to this today when I was getting those Christmas M&Ms. So that's bad girl on me. And these are getting pushed forward. But the idea was to have this out, and it was just a fun thing to see what I need to do, what I'm working on, what's been done. And then, like I said, those little categories on those event pages, I color in the bars. I have a progress bar, so when it's done, I know, hey, I'm done with that. It's off my plate, and Christmas is here. I'm going to put this back, quickly browse through everything and see how my November is. Well, that was a lot to digest in the video, but I hope you find it very helpful because a lot of people stress out for planning, and most of the time it's because they don't know even where to start. Again, like we said at the beginning of the video, start with writing out what you normally do. Write out what you normally do, okay? And then get yourself, another piece of paper and write out just anything related to what you need to do for this Christmas. Sorry, I'm getting back to my note pages. So as I'm talking, you can be reminded of that again. So we wrote out what you normally do and then dump anything. And even if when you're sitting down writing for Christmas, even if it's not Christmas related or anything, just get it out of your head. Put it on the paper. Let your brain say, hey, I wrote it down, brain. And your brain can move on. I suffer from anxiety. I have a lot going on in my life, my little world. So putting this on paper, significantly phenomenal. You saw me create this little paper just for planning today. I put it out like, hey, what do I need to do? What do I know I need to do right now? Boom, put it on paper. If your planner's sloppy, girl, let it be sloppy. Hey, if it's helping you, who cares what it looks like? So we said, write out what you typically do. Get everything out of your head, everything and anything related. Get it out of your head, put it on paper, type it up in your little notes app or whatever you got to do. And then for me, the next step I did was, I might have actually done this first and then that, but whatever, as I just mapped out my Christmas, mapped out what Christmas has been looking like for me, what I have been doing. I said, hey, around Thanksgiving is when I did all my Christmas baking. I started, a couple weeks before Thanksgiving decorating. Visualize, create a visualization for you. If you need to copy mine, screenshot it right there. Do it. Even if it's not yours, just map it out, see what you need to do, and then plot your tasks on there, kind of like benchmarks. Hey, I want to get, I want to have all my Christmas stuff cleared up before the first of the year. I'm going to have all my baking done, blah, 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 blah. Whatever you do. If you don't even do anything, if you just bring a dish, plot, I'm going to, make my dish, shop for my dish around this time, do whatever. If that don't help you, it's cool. It's cool. But then after that is I process that brain dump. I put all my notes. I assign the brain dump sections. And this is where a lot of people I know struggle, is you need to assign your notes and tasks or whatever places to go. So that is what we did. That's what I did in episode number 2, is I assigned places for these tasks to go, and they just so happen to fit relatively in certain categories, like the Christmas decorating and buying the gifts. I narrowed it down to 4 because I didn't want to have too many of these little flags. That was my preference. And I could have just planned off of these pages, but I was extra and I did more mind mapping in my event pages. So I took it, I processed that. I already discussed that at the beginning of this video. I processed it, see what I could pull now. We are in November. So really what you could do instead of the months, maybe you could do this as weeks. What week can I get done and start pulling stuff off, color coding, do whatever. Check out episode 2 for that. I do it live on camera. I don't do heavy editing in that video. And then, I pull them out farther and tried to pull the micro baby steps to get done the tasks. There's the task, right? So the task for this guest list is, guest list. So what's the action steps I need to do to get the task done? I need to text these people to see if they're coming. So that is what I did. The idea with breaking that down even farther. And that is on those category pages that I just showed. You can see all that. But this kind of just says, hey, where am I at? And the idea for this too is you can pull, it doesn't have to be the first step. It doesn't have to be the very first thing you write down. I've already pulled, you can pull anything you're like, oh, I could do this now. I already got the lunch menu. We're in October. I already decided, hey, we're going to be doing pizza. We're going to be doing pizza and the soup. I already have the list of the ingredients of the soup. As I get closer, when I get the date and everything, a little bit closer, I'm going to, have my shopping list. I can write out my shopping list after I do an inventory and stuff like that. That's the idea for that. So anyways, that's done. Hey, long video, I know. But November is game on for most Christmas planning. Luckily for me, I've gotten quite a bit done already, and there's some things on the backlog, but I am super excited. So you can see here, this is how much as I got done already. It might not be much to you, but it certainly is a lot for me. It's taking a lot of stress off my plate, and it's actually getting that momentum. That's kind of how you get things done. A lot of people put too much stuff on their plate. There you go, and they procrastinate, and then they beat themselves up because they don't get it done. But I find if you just get one tiny little baby thing done, even like that text, I need to text my family about, the Christmas Eve or something. One little baby thing, at least for me, that usually is the momentum. It's like, cool, I got that done, and I follow my list. So, what else can I get done? And that's usually just that one tiny little baby step is one little step forward, and then usually gets you the momentum going for the rest of the tasks and items on your list. So that is November planned out. I'm done. I got my priorities done. I have my schedule, the items I'm hopefully getting done. I can't promise that I will be posting a vlog follow-up. I do have an Instagram. Oh, you can see the highlighter on me. I do have an Instagram. Sometimes I work a full-time job. I also have other projects I'm working on. I might be doing a lot more 2025 planning in November as well. Hopefully I'll be posting, but it takes a lot to make these videos. But I'm sharing from my heart. So I hope that even though, yes, this is a long video, I hope there's a lot of takeaway from this video. And I remember you could start Christmas planning, doing anything, anytime, you do it tonight, or, tonight after you watch this video, or if you do whatever, you might not have as much elements as I do, but hopefully this can light something under you to, you're like, hey, I could do that. That's easy. Go check out the first 3 episodes of Let's Plan Christmas, okay? I create all this from the ground up so you can see it. We go into explaining. We do worksheets, create the sheets, we create the notes, and you see how I work through it and how I create it. This video is how I'm working through it. For me personally, how this book has been phenomenal. I am so glad I invested the time in creating this. Like I said, this is what you would call a project book. Christmas is a project, and then part of the project is having the plan. I had to have the planner to complete the subsections or mini projects as the mission of Christmas. Mission is Christmas. The goal is to get as much Christmas stuff done before December, as much as I can done. So when December hits, I'm just enjoying my December. I'm not rushing. I'm not stressing. Now I'll probably be, obviously, because I can't help it, go through the stores and whatever, do all the little fun stuff. But that is my goal, is to get as much as I can done. And I hope that this helps you. Maybe you're watching this way after Christmas. Maybe Christmas is not even for, like 9 months or something. So maybe this helps you make your own book if you do as much as I do for Christmas. I can't, like I said, I can't promise if I post another video after this. If you have any questions or tips, anything you need help with, put it in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer. And I look forward to, if you do your Christmas stuff, tag me. Let me go to your channel. Let me see. I wish you luck, and I wish you a great Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, hey, maybe you enjoy watching stuff, or, maybe you do other project planning, and this might have helped you today. So you guys have a good November. Wish me luck. I wish you luck, and we'll see how things go. Bye-bye.